Okay, so what we're going to start doing today is we're going to start learning about solving area problems on a coordinate plane. We've all done our coordinate plane work using coordinate pairs and chart graphing them onto a coordinate plane. So what we're going to end up doing today is we're going to have the opportunity to start working with area, and this is what's going to blend us into our final project with our cereal boxes. So let's begin right now by going into here. Our problem of the day was rather simple compared to other problems of the day. Agree?
Yes.
Very simple. That's because what you're going to be doing as far as area is actually very simple. It is not a difficult thing. Area is just multiplying two numbers together. So I just want to do a quick review. How many of you got 16 times 3? Okay, how many answered that? Everyone's hand should go up. I mean, this is a multiplication problem where you take 16, multiply it by 3. 3 times 16, 18. Carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 48. How many of you came up with 48? All right. About 98%. All right. The next one was 7 times 12. Basic, right?
Yes.
You should have that memorized after our multiplication tables because we did all the way from 2 to 12. But 7 times 2. 7 times 1, 7 plus 1, 8, 84. How many of you got 84? Okay. Let's hopefully that you'll be able to get all the rest of them. Now we're going to go over our objective. I'll solve problems involving rectangles on a coordinate plane. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be graphing out shapes, and we're going to be finding out information from those. So let's look at our vocabulary for the day. Vocabulary area. Who would like to read that for me? Go ahead, Clyde.
The size of a surface.
And read the formula.
L length times width.
Yes, area equals length times width. So if we have a rectangle and you have the length and you have the width, you multiply them together and you'll get the area. And that is the size of figure. Okay, of the surface. Perimeter, who would like to read that one to us? Fred.
Perimeter, the distance around a plane, shape, or polygon. Perimeter equals length plus width plus width.
That's right. So if we have the length and the width of a rectangle, well, you have another length and you have another width here. The rectangle has two equal sides. This side is equal to that side, this equals to that. So it's length plus width plus width. That is your perimeter. And finally, vertex. Who wants to read vertex? Go ahead.
Vertical is a point where two or more line segments meet a corner.
A corner. All right. And it's not verticals. This is vertex, and that is where two lines meet is your vertex. In a square or rectangle, you're going to have 4 of those. And they're not vertexes, they're called vertices. That's what this word is right here, vertices. That's plural for vertex. So wherever 2 or more lines meet is a vertex. It could be several lines meeting at a point, but that would be where the vertex is. Okay?
Yes.
All right, so that being said, what we're going to do is I'm going to hand you these. You're going to pass these down. So take one and pass one down, please. So take one and pass it down, please. And take one and pass it down quickly. Thank you. So while you're doing that, I'm going to change the screen to our next slide now. We are now in model mode. What does that mean? Pencils down. We're not writing. We have nothing in our hands except for those papers you're passing down at the moment. And as soon as they're done being passed out, we will start with our models. Okay, extras. Thank you very much. All right. So let's look at our model. We have our coordinate plane and we have a square drawn or a rectangle drawn on the coordinate plane. Identify the missing vertex of the vertical of the rectangle with vertices -2, 4, -2, 6, and 4, 6. Complete the information. So the first thing they need to know is what is the missing vertex? All right, so which one is missing? Well, let's look at our problem here. They gave us 3 of them. -2, 4. Which number is first? The X or the Y?
X.
The X is correct. So we're going to go -2. So on the X axis going this way, -2, and then 4. That's positive, so it'll be right there. So we have that vertices accounted for. The next vertex we have is -2, 6. Again, go to -2 and go up to 6. That one is taken care of. The last one, 4, 6. Now those are both positive. We go over here to 4 and we go up to 6, and it's that one. So this is the vertex that we are missing. That's the vertex we're missing. So we look at that and it is 4 and 4. So the missing vertex is 4, 4. Does everyone see that?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Now, they want to know the length and the width. So if we do this, and we say that this is the length and this is the width, let's look at our shape there. What is our length? We could sit there and go, all right, well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is fine if it's like 6 or 5 or maybe 8. But what if you have a really large number and you're trying to find the length of something? Sit there counting is going to be kind of difficult. But what we can do is we use, what are we going to use here? Does anyone remember what we're going to use when we're dealing with negative and positive numbers? Yes. Absolute value, outstanding. Yes, exactly. We get it right here. Absolute value. So for our length, our absolute value of -2 plus the absolute value of 4 equals absolute value of -2. Remember, absolute values are always
Positive.
positive. Outstanding. Good. 2 plus absolute value of 4 is 4. 2 plus 4 is
6.
6. Now we know our length is 6. Let's look at our other side here. We're going to look at width. Well, the width is right here, and they're both positive. So we're going to find the width here. We have to find the difference between those two numbers. This is number 6, and that's number 4. What's the difference between 6 and 4? 2. Are you sure? You should 2? Be positive. Absolutely 2. Good job. 2. So now they didn't give us centimeters, inches. They didn't give us feet, yards, tomatoes. They didn't say what the unit of measure was. So instead, they're going to use units. So 6 units and 2 units. Now the area. The formula for the area of a rectangle is length times width. Area equals length times width. Now, if it's length times width, what is the length?
6.
What is the width?
2.
Length times width is?
12.
Am I done?
No, sir.
All right, what do I have to put there? Units. Am I done?
No.
No? What do you mean I'm not done? I got it. I figured it was 12. What am I missing?
Missing the, you're missing the two being that's area, that is area.
Exactly. Squared. Remember, when you're dealing with area, you're using one dimension and another dimension. 2 dimensions. Therefore, you have 2 dimensions. If you're doing volume, it's length times width times height. You're working 3 dimensions. It would be cubed, and we'll be doing that a little bit later on this week with our cereal boxes, as well as working with the area. So the answer to this, it's 4. 4 is the vertices we're missing. 6 units, 2 units, and 12 units squared were the answer. Any questions on that problem there? Okay, we have one more modeling question, and then we'll move on. A farmer is putting in a rectangular pig pen outside the barn. He needs to mark the positions of the 4 corners of the rectangular pen before building the fence. After mapping out the pig pen on graph paper, he sees the 4 vertices of the rectangle are at -4, 5, 5, 5, 5, -2, and -4, -2. Complete the information about the pen. First thing we need to know. Length. Length and width. So let's figure out the length. -4 to 5. Again, we're going to use absolute value. 4 plus 5 equals, what's 4 plus 5?
9.
This time I checked it, it's 9. You got it, 9 units. Now width. Now last time we did the difference, we had 6 and 4, and we just found the difference between the 2 numbers. Did we do that here? This one?
No, sir.
No. Right here, we're going to say for width it is 5, so the absolute value of 5 plus the absolute value of -2. Absolute value of 5 is 5. Absolute value of -2 is 2. So our width is 7 units. Now, perimeter. What was the formula for perimeter? What was the formula for perimeter?
Length plus width plus width plus width.
Outstanding. So I know that the length is 9 and the width is 7. The length is 9 and the width is 7. So you could go, all right, 9 plus 9 plus 7 plus 7 equals, and then go 9, 8, 18, 19, 32. Or what's 9 plus 7?
16.
Times 2.
32.
You take these 2 out together and multiply it by 2, and they'll give you the entire perimeter. But if you go length times width by width, or do it times 2, the answer is 32 what?
Units. Where in units? Oh, no. Units.
Am I done?
No, sir.
Okay, how many people here believe that I'm done? Raise your hand if you think I'm done. I have 1 and 2, 3. I have 3 people that think I'm done. Well, I'm going to throw mine up because I'm done. Perimeter is a unit of what? It's a unit of length. 1 dimension, length. So it would be 32 units, the power of 1, which is 32 units. All it is a length. If you could take a piece of string and make it 32 feet long, you'd be able to go here, 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 and here, and go all the way around. It's a unit of length. Area is when we're going to utilize the length and the width. So what is the area of this pig pen? Clyde, what is the area?
If you pull us, the area is 63 units.
How did you come up with 63?
Because I know that 9 times 7 is 63, and I did length times width.
Yep, area equals length times width. So if area equals length times width, our length is 9, our width is 7. 9 times 7 is?
63.
So you said 63. Anyone? Am I missing something? Yes, what am I missing then? What? Units squared, outstanding. Yes, units squared. And why is it squared? Because I'm using 2 dimensions. I'm using the length and the width. Okay, so we all understand we use length and width, and that's how we got unit squared. Good job, everyone. Very happy you all participated. I like that. All right, so we're going to go on to our next bit. So everybody open up your papers to your guided instruction. Guided instruction number 1. Determine the missing vertex of a square and vertices with vertices -3, 3, 3, 3, and 3, -3. Determine the missing vertices, and then what is the length, the perimeter, and the area. So now let's take a look again. Would like everyone to look at our 2 cubes, because this is basically a word problem. Determine the missing vertex of a square with vertices. So the data we have, the numbers we have, are the coordinates. Everyone sees that?
Yes,
What's the question they're asking? They're asking, determine the missing vertex. And complete the information about the polygon. So now we have 3 of the vertices, but there's another one. There's another thing that is going to help us with operation. And what do you think that would be? That I need to put a square around this word. I need to put a square around it. Which one do you think I'm going to put a square around it? Do you know? Yes. What word up here do you think I'll put a square around?
There.
Exactly. Square. Because we need to realize that we are talking about a square. Could somebody define square for me? What is a square? Ma'am.
Things those have 4 sides.
Okay, number 1 has 4 sides. Number 2
So that's 4 equal sides.
has 4 equal sides. Number 3
English was asked 2 pairs of parallel lines.
well, it does. That's not what I was looking for. Yes,
4 right angles.
thank you. A square has 4 right angles, 4 equal sides. So these are all right angles. Now, with the definition that you gave originally, it could have been, this could be 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. That could be all, this is parallel to this is parallel to that. They're all the same length, but the circles, and that's a parallelogram, not a square. So what we need to do now is now we have our information. We need to find our missing vertices. So let's go. Who would like to come up and plot these 3 points for us? Come on up, man. Come on. I love it. Good. Be positive. You've got this. First off, do you like my Christmas time? And the reindeer and everything? Okay. All right. So remember, the first number is X. Doesn't have to be exact, it can be close. All right. About the same. Third one. Okay, now connect those 3 dots in a L. So go from top left over and then down. And down. Excellent. Now, we're missing a vertices and we need to find out where that vertices is. How do you, thank you very much. Give her a round of applause. What's the first, what is the first thing that we need to know about? What is the first thing that we need to figure out? What is it? What do you think we need?
Maybe it's where the point is.
Where the point is, perhaps, but where the point is good, but for some reason this is decided to zoom in. How about, yeah, we need to determine where it is, but how do we do that? What were our definition of square? What was the definition of square? What did we have to have? 90-degree corners, right? But what else did we have to have? We had to have 4 sides, okay? But what about those 4 sides? You said it.
They have to be equal.
They have to be equal. So what we need to do is we need to find out the length of this and the length of that should be the same. And once we know how long those are, we'll be able to find out how long we need to take that where we need to put the vertices. So I have -3 and 3. I have 6 as my length. And I think I'm correct. So what we need to do now is we need to have this go 6 down and this go 6 over. But did you notice that everything is 3s? And there is our square. The missing vertices was this one here. And that's at -3, -3. What quadrant is that in? Somebody raise their hand. Tell me what quadrant that's in. Go ahead, ma'am. Quadrant 3. Yes, it is. This is 3. This is 2 up here. This is 1, and this is 4. Good review. Nice. All right, what's the length? We already figured that out, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the length?
6.
6 units. What's the perimeter? What's the perimeter, sir?
So 12 units.
Perimeter is length plus length plus width plus width. In this case, it'd be length plus length plus length plus length, and they're all the same. Go ahead, sir. 24 units. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. 6 times 4. You did length and width, but you forgot to multiply it by 2. Or you just didn't total up all 4 sides. It's going to be 12 units. Or 24 units. See, you even have me doing it now. Good gracious. All right, area. Enough. How did you get 36 units squared? Length times width. Exactly. Length times width. And so you came up with 36 units squared. Outstanding. There is something unusual about squares. Yes, rectangles are length and width. Squares could be length and width. But squares, the area of a square equals the side squared. Because it's the same number. Side squared. So if a square is 8 by 8, it's 8 squared. 8 times 8, because that's the way you find area. All right, with your partner, I'm giving you 2 minutes. You're going to do 2 minutes. I want you to do problem number 2, please. Remember, read the question twice, then you find out your important data. I'll give you 3 minutes since you're reading it twice.
Yeah. I got the corner. Oh my god.
Connect the dots.
Okay, read the problem twice.
Okay, so we got give me a highlighter. Okay. So the garden marks the corner instead of the garden is the following point. And then we have point. Three point. Okay, and then follow the information. And then we're gonna mark the.
There we go.
You got one, I got.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, sure, probably. Not offended.
What? It's 4, 5. Oh, -5. I know it's one. I don't see the Thank you. Okay, now we have to just find the length of the perimeter area.
Squares.
Let's find it.
I don't know which one's correct. I don't remember which one's correct, but if you were to compare notes, you might be able to find out where you might have made mistakes. But someone might have, who would know? You might be right. Now, by your squares. You look at it, squares.
Wait,
Maybe I call
length is,
All right, our 3 minutes is up. So, who would like to come up and walk us through this problem? No? All right, come on. All right. Good luck. Now, describe to us as you do it. Let's see how you do.
Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is the dots, so then.
What are those called?
Uh. Vertex.
Vertices. There are 4 of them. Vertices. Very good. Okay. Excellent.
Okay, so then, Oh, yeah, so the perimeter is,
Area equals length times width. So area times, what is your length? Look up on your answers, what's your length? Look up where your length is, so it's your length is 2 or 3. Just write it in a word, it's okay. Just put you and you. I'll know it's here. Anybody have a problem with his answers? What's the problem with this answer? You don't. Who agrees with it? I agree with him. Nicely done. You didn't have those thoughts. Fantastic. So, now let's look at this. That first off, I am very impressed. I am very impressed with this bit right here. Because to get the perimeter, you added the 2 together, you need to multiply by 2. You wrote it exactly right with 2 times, parentheses, 6 plus 3, close parentheses. Then you did gems with grouping, and you got rid of the grouping first. 6 plus 3 was 9. There were no exponents. Then you went straight to multiplication, 2 times 9. Great job. Yes, you remember the square, you remember the units. We got units here and a unit here. Excellent job. I'd give you a 10 out of 10 on that problem. That was good. Give him a round of applause. So, before we begin working on our project, we are going to go into. We're going to be going into what we're going to be doing as far as our using the rulers. So, get out your cereal boxes and your rulers, and we're going to start.
I will in just a minute.